Item tonight is second to none tool that is going to help you catch fish. And a man who is second to none in developing great items for the fishermen is Mr. Alex Langer. Hi, Alex.
Hey, Dan, how are you?
How you doing?
Thanks for having me on again.
I'm glad you're with us. Over 18,000 sets of the flying lures have been ordered. For Father's Day, guys, if you want to catch fish, here's a surefire way to do it. F1318 is the item number for a set of 45 flying fishing lures. QVC price normally at $29.75 today. While supplies last, your special value is only $24.79. Alex, there are a lot of gimmicks. There are a lot of people that say they're going to teach you how to catch fish. This is the #1 selling fishing lure in the world,
Yeah, that's right. It's the single #1 selling fishing lure in the world,
Congratulations.
Dan. Thank you very much. And QVC's been a part of that.
Yeah.
We've sold over 100,000 pieces right here in QVC.
Well, because it works. My brother-in-law has been using this. He said it is amazing because it swims like a fish, like a live lure, right?
What's really amazing is that people here, real people have gone out, they've tested it, they've come back and they've said, this catches fish. What's really great is that not that you get that first sale, but people come back and they say, I need this. Yeah. This is a new way of life for me. I now use this lure to catch all my fish. And what's different about it, Dan, is that it's the only lure that swims away from you. Every other lure, you cast it out, comes back in. Cast it out, comes back in. What does this do this differently? It swims into and under those obstructions that hold fish. Those places under docks, under trees, those places that you can't get a normal lure.
A regular lure doesn't have. Do we have some video on this to show how it works? I guess we'll be going to that in just a moment. You're looking at the bodies. The bodies are shiny, different looks. And can you use this in salt water as well?
You can use it in salt water. You can use it in fresh water. You can use it in brackish water, Dan. You can use it everywhere. What we've done is we've taken the two most popular colors that we've had.
Yes.
I'm sorry, not two most popular colors. We've taken the two most popular sizes in all of the very best colors. We've taken the 2-inch and the 4-inch, which cover just about every species of game fish, freshwater and saltwater around the country, and we've taken the most popular colors that I would use. And we have offered over 25% more than we've ever offered at any time in QVC. So this is
45.
This is the Magnum pack. That's right.
This is the biggest package we'd have offered, right?
Exactly. It's a great gift for Father's Day, and it's the most we've ever offered.
Let's go to the tape. We've got a videotape. And ladies, if you're fisher women, you might want to consider this. What are we seeing, Alex?
Okay, you're seeing right now the lure superimposed against the diver, because that's what it does. See what it does, Dan? That's swimming under rocks, under trees, under obstructions.
Even if it hits something,
it'll bounce off. It'll bounce right off.
Swim.
Yeah, it'll bounce right down the edge of a rock cliff. It'll bounce off of a piling and keep going under that dock. See what it's doing right now? It's swimming on its own, and that's the real beauty of the lure. See what's happening? I'm pulling that lure back to the left, and it's swimming on its own back to that fish on the right. And I'm teasing that fish because that's not an active fish. But look after I've teased him 3 or 4 times, bang, that fish has got it. And see, that's the advantage, is that most fish aren't active. Yeah. And you can see how they're hitting that lure.
Now, you did this live, right, at a convention?
Oh, yeah, we did this, we did a lot of this live. We go around the country to these conventions. They have these big fish tanks full of fish, bang. And
look at them hit.
You can't make those fish hit unless they really want to.
This one keeps after
Well, you know what happens is that these fish have seen so many lures come at them, and they've never seen anything like this that goes right back in their face and makes them strike, triggers the strike. Now, watch this. We slowed this down. Now, that fish has hesitated. If this were a normal lure, that lure would go to the right, out of the picture. I never would have caught that fish. See, now look what's going to happen here. That fish has kind of paused and has stopped. But as I give that flying lure some slack, it's going to go right back in his face, and bang, he's got it. Yeah. And that's what happens in real life. That's what happens in a lake. Those lures go in and they trigger strikes from bass. And it's not a joke. It's not a gimmick. Yeah. Some of the best-known fishermen in the country that have won the Bassmasters Classic, like Guido Hibden, many of the pros in the circuit use it, and many average, ordinary people use it to catch fish like never before. Let me just show you this one sequence.
Okay.
This is an uninterrupted sequence where I got 9 hits on one cast, Dan. When's the last time you did that?
No, it's been a long time.
It's been a while.
9 hits.
Watch it. We've got a little counter here. 5 hits, 6 hits. And what's happening is, see what's happening, if you can observe. That lure is going right back in their faces and triggering those strikes.
Yeah.
If I were pulling it through there like a normal lure, like a crankbait or a spinnerbait, it would never have a chance at those fish. Those fish are not actively feeding fish. There you go. That's
there you are. There's Alex.
This is one we threw in here just for laughs. I was in California a couple of weeks ago.
The fish won't give up.
Look at this guy. This is a little bass, and he's just chomping on it and munching on it. What we did is we bent those hooks down so we wouldn't hurt the fish.
Yeah.
And
that's incredible.
So it's, you know, the fish actually frenzy on it.
Now you get all kinds of different bodies here, and they have a nice feeling to them. Tell me about the texture and the purpose, and we'll hold them close so we can get some nice shots.
What it is it's a soft plastic PVC vinyl. They are made to look and feel like live bait.
They do.
They're slimy. They're soft. And see, that's the whole point.
Is there grease on it, or is just that?
It's actually baby oil, believe it or not. Okay. And what these lures do is they emulate live bait. And we don't want a hard lure. You know, we don't want to put a hard lure in there because, let's say you cast at that dock or that tree and you get that hit. What's the first thing the fish is going to do? He's going to taste that it's hard. He's going to say, pooey, I'm going to spit it out. With these lures, they actually hang on to them and swim around with them. You just saw that little bass. You know, he wouldn't let it go. And the reason is that there is no exposed lead in these lures. I mean, they actually, all they feel is that soft, you know, rubbery, spongy texture, and they think it's alive. So you've got plenty of time, even if you're not experienced, to see your line move and set the hook.
And it's really easy to load this into the body, right?
It sure is.
Slide it under like that. Am I doing it correctly?
Yeah, go ahead. It's pre-cut.
Pre-cut. Slide that back.
Slide it right in there. Anybody.
And just like that, you're loaded. Well, then this part, which is going to make it swim, right? That flat part on the head, that's what causes the wiggling motion. That just slips under there. The hook is set.
But see, now you are ready to go. That's all you have to do. And the line ties on at the opposite end. You would expect the line to tie on at the front of the lure. And it doesn't. It ties on at the back. So what happens is every time you pull it in and let it go, it swims on its own.
Swims like this, so it looks like a fish. In
Dan,
the body.
Dan, we have this thing pre-programmed, so it swims from side to side. Does that motion that a pro might do to his lure, but you can do it because it's already in the lure.
I love the booklet that comes along with it. It tells you where fish hide out, where to go for the fish. Trees, brush, overhangs, weeds, weed pockets. My brother-in-law loved this book. I gave this to him as a gift. Keeping the lure where the fish are. You've got fishing secrets from successful flying lures fishermen. This is packed full of information that's going to help you become a better fisherman. Am I correct?
Listen, this is part of the package because with these new lures, these are tools. I mean, these are basically tools, and you need a new set of instructions for new tools because conventional lures don't tell you how to fish under a floating dock. And there are hidden bass, there are hidden fish under cover that might be right next to you. They might be under a dock, but you'll never catch them. Comes in a great case, a nice kit, ready for gift giving. Everything's laid out nicely. You could just pop this into your tackle box, right, Alex? All your bodies are in there, the different weights, and it's a nice presentation. And it has some special foam in it, so what it does is it keeps your lures flat and straight, and that way they don't bend, they don't fall all over the place, and they're preserved. 45 different lures. You can use it for saltwater fish, freshwater, any kind of fish? Any kind of fish at all that's a predator. The booklet, you've got some letters? I've got some incredible letters. We could literally spend the next hour here talking about letters, but let me just give you a few.
I'll hold the picture.
Here's a fella, tried them for the first time. There's an 18-pound striper and a 10-pound striper right there, caught off the East Coast. Here's another. How'd you like to catch fish like this? Ooh, it's going to make fishing so much more fun. Here's another guy. He caught this with his last flying lure. That is that's a 7-pound plus bass, a fellow by the name of Mark Wells. Look at the size of that. Let me show you one more. There's a couple more here. Here's a kid, a 3.5-year-old kid. I'm going to read you this letter. Okay. Just very quickly. This is Dad writing now. He says, to be quite honest, I never used flying lures much until I went out with my son Scott, who insisted on using them. But he didn't know how to use a jig and pig, so he said, I'll try these lures because I've heard they're easy. What happened was he caught a fish that was almost 7 pounds and was almost 24 inches long. Wow. And Dad says, I was amazed. I thought it was just luck. Scott continued to catch more and bigger fish for about 2 more hours. He said, then I switched to the flying lure. His child. Oh, out of the mouth of babes. Lead by example. That is excellent. And this is not the, I mean, we have example after example after example of kids. I mean, look, here's a 9-pounder. Okay, then we've got to go to the phone. We've got people that want to say hi. 18,470 lures have been ordered today. While they last, $24.79. Okay, Alex. Okay. That's a 9-pounder right there, and it's a fellow that used it for the first time, threw it at a tree in his favorite lake, said my normal lures couldn't get under that tree, I sailed the flying lure right under there, and I got a 9-pounder. He said, this is what it's all about.
Happy fishing. You're on the show with Alex Langer and Dan and the Flying Lures. Who is this?
Hi, this is Tim calling from Fairbanks, Alaska.
Tim, nice to have you on Men's Day here. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I had a question for Alex.
Sure, Tim. Shoot.
Earlier today, I ordered the lures. I wanted to try them out here in the lakes up here and see how they work. Is there any particular lure you would use for like the trout and pike and so on up here?
Yeah, I sure would. I would go with the more natural colors. What we have in this package is some of my favorite colors, and the two that I would use up there in Alaska are #1 silver shad, which is a black back and a silver belly, which looks like a lot of the forage up there in Alaska. And the other one that I would use is the root beer, which tends to, it's kind of reddish above the water, but once it gets below the water, it turns into like this.
We're seeing that
yeah,
root
right
beer
there.
on the screen.
You've seen that. It turns
That's
into
a root beer color.
Yeah, and it turns into a brownish red. So I would go with your more natural colors. Try the 4-inch in silver shad and root beer.
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
Neat.
That's really great. The fishing is really starting to get good up here, and of course the kings are starting to run, and I thought maybe we could try these things out and then just give a good testimony to them.
Well, we have a couple of reports from the West Coast now of salmon being caught in them, so definitely write to me here at QVC, and they'll be sure to get me the letter.
Great. Thank you very much.
Great to hear from you tonight.
All right. Take care.
Happy Memorial Day. Thanks, Tim.
Same to you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Now, Alex, we've heard so many testimonials about this, and we're planning a trip, right? We're going to go out and do some fishing and use the lures and get on that boat. It makes such a difference when you're catching fish. I mean, I've been out days where the only thing you can catch is a cold, and, you know, it's really frustrating when all you're doing is getting snagged. With this, swimming right into the face of the fish.
I developed these for myself, okay? I didn't necessarily develop these for pros. I developed these for people that wanted to go out and catch fish and didn't want to necessarily become pros. But I wanted to give them a better tool to catch the fish in those hidden places. And see, we make fishing complicated. Everybody thinks fishing is very complicated, and it's not. It's simple if you know where to look for them, and it's simple if you know how to get that lure in there and what they're looking for. And not only does this pre-program the action, so you don't really have to think about it, but it gets into those best places. And that's it. I mean, that's a technique that you can hang your hat on, and that literally millions of fishermen have started to use with success.
What about the durability of these? Are they going to stay on the body, or are we going to lose them? What have you designed for that?
They're durable, okay, but I'll tell you, they will after usage rip, and that's just that's the breaks of having a soft plastic lure, because you want it to be as natural as it can possibly be. You don't want it to be indestructible, because that way it's going to be hard, and the fish is going to spit it out of its mouth.
Right. 45 different flying lures. Look at that. 18,727 have now been ordered. Let's go back to the phones as we continue to see the flying lures in action, and just hundreds of thousands of people are enjoying fishing more, and we're right into the heart of fishing season. You can make a big difference this summer. Hi, you're live on the show with Alex and Dan. Who's this?
Hello.
Hello.
This is Dave from New Jersey.
Hey, Dave. Say hi to Alex.
Hey, Alex. How you doing?
Hey, how are you, Dave?
All right.
How's New Jersey?
A little stormy right now.
Yeah.
Huh. I've got a New Jersey on coming up in a little bit here, but
that's bad.
let's talk. That was bad. Let's talk fishing. Let's get away from those bad jokes. Are you a fisherman?
Sort of. Mostly not when I'm working.
Yeah. Well, you know, if you're too busy to go fishing,
you're too busy.
Are you looking at the flying lures tonight?
Yeah, I ordered a set.
Okay. Who are they for?
Myself mostly.
Okay. What do you like about them?
I don't really know. You know.
Well, that's a great answer, sir.
Well, you've been watching the videotape, I guess, and seeing how they swim towards the fish.
Yeah,
well,
and from what you're saying that they work in saltwater too.
Yeah, what do you fish for in saltwater?
Flounder, blues.
Well, let me tell you something. Steve Bryant, who's one of the hosts here in QVC, has a brother who has become a legend off of the Atlantic City coast.
Is that right?
Absolutely. He fishes for sea bass, he fishes for flounder. He's developed his own techniques with these lures. So if you want to become a legend like Steve's brother, give him a shot and try him out on the coastline.
That's going to be neat when people start talking about you, that this guy knows how to catch fish. You don't have to share your secret with them for a while. Let them just think it's all your knowledge.
Yeah, and you see, the thing is that any fish that swims that's basically predatory is going to hit these lures. Saltwater fish, freshwater fish, any fish will hit another minnow. I mean, that's the way the underwater world works. I mean, there's a food chain, bigger fish eat smaller fish, and this emulates the most prevalent type of fish, which is a food fish.
They work. Well, I hope you enjoy them. We'll send them right out to you, okay?
Okay, thanks a lot.
Take care. Bye-bye. You've got so many letters here. Do you have another letter you want to sneak in real quick?
How about my own?
Okay, why not?
Look at this. I was fishing 2 days ago.
Caught.
2 days ago up in New Hampshire, very, very clear water lake, and we were catching 3.5 to 4 pound smallmouth bass. We caught a bunch of them. There's a picture of one of the best ones right there. Let me just give you a couple more. You want salt water?
Yeah.
Here's a fellow with 2 bluefish. Would you accept those?
Look at the size. Whoa.
Would you accept those?
Caught on a flying lure.
Let's see. Let me find you some good ones here. Here's
close to 19,000 sets ordered today. A set of 45. We've got just time for one more quick one.
Here we go. A pike from Poland.
Okay.
Here's a kid that went to Poland on his vacation and caught a pike right there.
Look at that, in Poland, little guy. He's cute.
That's a 12-year-old with a 12-pound pike.
That's neat. We've got time for one more phone call. Yeah, he's smiling. You're going to be smiling using the flying lures when those fish come in. Hi, you're live on the show with Alex, Langer, and Dan. Who's this?
Julie from Cumberland, Maryland.
Hey, Julie, how you doing?
I'm fine. I'm a little bit nervous.
Oh, don't be. Alex won't bite you, and
Hi, Alex.
I might growl at you a little, but I'd never bite you.
And I'm just here having fun. So, what are you looking at tonight?
The flying fishing lures. I've seen them a lot, and my husband is an avid fisherman and trout, bass, anything really. And so it just, with over 18,000 being sold, I thought, oh, there's got to be something to it. And
that's just today.
Yeah, I know. I'm amazed.
Yeah, how many have been total since you came on?
I think it's been about, at this point, counting today's total, I think about 130, 140,000.
130,000, wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that's just on QVC.
Just on QVC. It is the #1 selling fishing lure in the world right now, so it's working.
Yeah, it looks like it works. It's really neat to watch.
Yeah.
And his birthday's June 15th, so...
Perfect.
Thought we'd try that.
Well, isn't that nice of you?
Thanks.
And let me tell you something, and that'll work for you too. Why don't you go fishing with him? Because it's a lure that you really don't have to be an expert to work. If you just take a look at the booklet, do some of the real simple things that we teach you there, you can catch some fish too.
That might work for me then.
And since you're buying him the gift, he cooks the fish. Is that a deal?
Yeah, that sounds good.
He might make you scale and clean them, though. I don't know.
Can I say also, my son Greg, he's 5 years old, and he likes to go too.
Oh,
so this will be good for him also to learn.
Is he there with you watching?
Well, they're in the bedroom, and I'm out here shaking.
Oh, stop shaking and go fishing.
That's right. Go fishing and enjoy the lures.
We will.
We're not as bad as we look.
Oh, you are very nice.
Well, I'm glad that you called in tonight, and I know that your husband, your son, you, whoever uses the flying lures are going to have increased success rates for sure out there with that fishing pole. So,
well, I hope so.
Well, you enjoy the summer, happy fishing, and don't get too busy. Keep fishing, okay?
Thank you.
All right,
Thanks,
bye-bye.
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 It makes such a difference in going fishing, enjoying the outdoors. Please stay on the line. We have so many people on the line right now, but we will get to you very quickly. The item number is F1318, a set of 45 flying fishing lures. This is the biggest set ever, right?
3 times quickly.
That's right. Fishing lures, biggest set ever?
The biggest flying lure set ever here
on
in QVC.
$29.75 after today. Today only, while they last, just $24.79. Alex,
Thanks so much, pal.
Always good to see you, buddy.
Great to see you.
And we'll go fishing soon.
Okay.
All right, stay on the line. There's more ahead on The Outdoor Man.